Hi everyone, welcome to Carla's Stitching Journey. Welcome if you are new to my channel. I'm so glad to have you. If you've been with our channel since it was Craft Addict K, I appreciate you sticking with the name change to Carla's Stitching Journey. I have finishes today. We just got back from camp, so I'm excited. Today is June 1st. So I have my May totals, I have my yearly to date totals, and I have some whips to show you from the last time that I did a video. I did have a goal of doing weekly videos, but it's not been able to work out with my husband's schedule. He typically sets up the camera and then dodges out the room, so you know, he doesn't want to be on film anymore. So it seems that I've been tracking and writing things down, so it seems like it has been probably about every other week, which, you know, that's okay too. That's keeping things flowing, and it's keeping me busy to give you content to see what I've been up to. So, I did tell you welcome. And I'm from Western Pennsylvania. So if you're new here, I'm from Western Pennsylvania, Northwestern, between Erie and Pittsburgh. And it's been raining for 30 days here. I feel like Noah's Ark should be coming any day now. I know that today has been the first day we've had sunshine, and of course we had to leave camp early because my husband works tonight. So, and I'm going away next weekend on a stitching friendship. Like, we rented a house, there's 10 of us going. I'm all excited. You know, one day short, I don't have to work on Friday, so yay. So let's talk about stitching. Finishes. I started and finished this recently, but I fully finished. So I wanted to share it with you because this is going to be getting mailed out soon to my daughter. And this was a Cricket wood sampler, Joan of Arc saying, and I turned it into a pillow. And it says, "Go forward bravely, fear nothing, trust God, all will be well." And it says Joan of Arc down here at the bottom. And what I did was took some fabric, this is the back, and I made it so it can actually come off. So there's a pillow form inside. I'm gonna just take it out so I can show you what I did. Pillow form inside. If I turn it inside out, you can see I just basically took two pieces of fabric, put them at staggering closure. I don't know if that's a proper way to say it, but not hard. The pillow form I purchased on Amazon. It probably could go with a bigger pillow, to be quite honest, but I wasn't 100% sure. And so I put stabilizer on the stitching, and I staggered the fabric. It's folded in half. So, and then I just basically serged around the whole outside, and I made a slit. So now that I turned it inside out, I can turn it right side in. And I think like your throw pillowcases kind of operate on the same premise. And it's very simple just to turn it inside out. Take your pillow, pop it in there, push your little corners out while you pop that pillow back in. I did a similar with my scarecrow from Glendon Place, but I have that at work and I don't have that here, so I couldn't show you with that one. But now you just fit it back into where it's supposed to be and kind of uncrinkle your pillow. Tuck in your bottom part of your backing fabric. And I had debated on doing a video when I did this, but I wasn't 100% sure what I was doing would work, and I didn't have all the things set up, and I need to get it finished. So at some point, if you are interested, I'm happy to try and do a video to show it, but it's really that simple. And pillow back. So I'm sending this to my daughter Rachel, who is active duty in the military, and she is learning how to fly airplanes, fly helicopters. So she's had some trials and tribulations, I'll say, since going to active duty. So I'm so happy she has got with a church group where she's living at now, and you know, I hear from her on a daily basis, which is great. You've seen her. Some of my viewers that have been with me for a while has seen Rachel pop in periodically, so on videos, because I started the videos, I think she was pretty much, if not moved out, close to being moved out and on her own. I'm thinking she was graduated by then. The other full finish I have is another Amazon find, and this was a memorial item for Rachel to have for her dog Max. She doesn't know that any of this is coming to her, so it's going to be a surprise. But I had asked her to leave me. She had Max's ashes and his collar and whatnot, and I asked her to leave it here when she first left so she didn't have to move him around until she kind of got settled in where she was going to be at, and I told her I was going to do something for him. So this is what I came up with, and I showed the stitching before, but I haven't shown you the full finish, and here is the full finish. This is her dog Max, just a picture she had taken of him when they were out paddle boarding together, and I had this stitching I got on Etsy. I don't remember the designer, but if you look in the description box below, it is still listed there, and it says "No longer by my side, forever in my heart," and it, of course, it's the rainbow with the paws, and I took Max's tag and I stitched it on it as well. And then the lid opens up on this, and you can see there's a box inside. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and put Max's collar and his ashes and things in here. And I'm going to go ahead and send this to her now that she has her place and is getting herself situated down there. So I will get this in the mail and her other pillow in the mail to her. And I hope she likes it. I think she will. It was fun to finish this. I just basically put it on foam board, and even the picture I put on foam board, and then I slid, this came with like the photo stuff already, kind of a slot already built in. I'm not sure if you can see that very well, I'm trying to show you, and I just slid it in to that slot and put the backing board on it. So I think she will like it. I hope she does. Anyway, so those are my two FFOs. Okay, now you want to see some stitching. This is a channel about cross stitch, I guess I should tell you. And if you are here and you're not sure why you're here, well, you probably are at the wrong channel. I'll be like Hannah, if you've watched Hannah Dowling. She says, if you're here and you don't cross stitch, you're probably in the wrong place. But if you're here and you do cross stitch, I'm glad to have you. So let's jump in. I had, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 projects to show you, I think. And for the month of May, I stitched a total of 25,567 stitches. I do count my stitches, and I count them because I'm in a lot of Facebook group challenges, and it helps me to get more stitches, because either I have a team relying on me and I want to get as many stitches as I can, or it's getting close to the end of the night and I don't want to end on an odd number, and I'll like, oh, I've got 78. Well, I can do another, you know, the 22 stitches and make it to an even 100. So it helps for me. It helps me. It doesn't help everybody, but it does help me. And it's a goal for me to reach and surpass previous stitches. So one of the things I did, and I'll talk more about it at the end of the video, was I made some decision-making wheels. And so you're going to see a project you have not seen for a while, because I haven't had it out in a while. And it was not part of my original 15. This is Christmas Window 5. And I'm going to show you on the pattern here what it is. It is an Etsy purchase, and hold on, I'm trying to get it out so you don't get glare. And it's called Christmas Window 5, and it's Sarah Giornami. And let's see if I can fold this and show you that this is what it looks like. And when I stitched on it last, I had this window done on the right, not this one, was just barely started, if anything. And now I'm getting ready to go into the carolers at the bottom. But I did a total of 1,270 stitches on this during this stitching session. And this is on an even weave fabric by Volcano Stitching. And I don't know, it's an opalescent 28 count. I am stitching it 2/2. And I'm going to show you where I am. So this is the top half of the window. You can see I've got way more fabric than I need. Actually, I said after this stitching session, I'm going to cut this down so that I don't have to deal with all this, and I can put it on smaller scroll rods, because this was a challenge in my camper and I kept hitting my husband with it when I was turning it over to berry threads. So this part was finished. I added the snow down here and the house and the tree, and I'm working on the mountains. So there was a thread I didn't have. I need to do a door. There's 2 doors, 3 doors I think, that I need to put into the house down here, and I think that's it. Hopefully that's coming in so that you can see it. If not, I will insert a picture of my last stitching session so that you can see what I have been doing. Since then, I went and picked up floss, so I have the floss color that I needed tucked away in my little pouch here. And this is Christmas Window 5. It's an easy stitch. It really is an easy stitch. I don't typically like to stitch with white, but it is an easy stitch, and I like the gray, cloudy kind of sky that the opalescent gives. In the white, you can actually see it. So, all right, next one up. I'm banging and popping on things. This one is, I believe, Phantom of the Opera, because I have it in my Grace Notes music bag here that I got from Cat X Stitchery. And Phantom of the Opera, I put 3,070 stitches in for the month of May. So I might have stitched on it earlier, but it got more stitches. And that is because this is one of my oldest whips. So here is where I am. And I have been working on the chandelier and working on bringing this down so that the next time you actually see this, I'm going to roll the top scroll rods, because I want to work down and start getting this bottom section done. So I did, what did I say, 3,070 stitches on Phantom. And again, if you can't see it because of the camera setup, I will insert a photo of the before and the after from my last stitching session. So, but it's that many for the month, and it has been a blast. This is an Aimee Stewart design. It's on 25 count easy grid Lugana, and it is considered a quick stitch. It's from the Heroes and Heroines bookshelf that she does. This is one of the little vignettes that is in there, and I started that in 2019. One of my oldest whips. I have 3 whips from 2019. Okay, so, and we're going to talk more about that when we talk about plans. Here is Innocent Dream. Innocent Dream, I did a lot of stitches on Innocent Dream. I had a goal since our last video, is I really wanted to try and catch up more on my Heaven and Earth salve. And so this one got 7,389 stitches this month, which blow my mind. I was very surprised to get that much, but very happy with the results. So I'm going to put a before picture, and then I'm going to show you where I am currently. My goal for this, honestly, was just to get 6 pages, and I'm close to getting the first 4 pages done. So if I finish this bottom, I'll have 4 done. They're about, I think the end of June will release the next part of this Heaven and Earth salve. And if you get 6 pages, you get all 12 patterns that came out when the salve was originally released, that you could choose or select it. So I chose the bunny because I guess my decorations in my house is mostly wildlife type stuff. We live in the country. So anyways, without further ado, here's what 7,389 stitches looks like. And this was all done primarily over in this area. I wanted to get to that corner, and I wanted to work down so that I could roll the bars, because I was down here where I was having problems. So I am going to roll the bars on this one as well before the next time you see it. And I should be working across with the bunny. I'm just kind of working my way going that way now. These little things down here, for anybody new on my full coverages, you will see I use bobbies, and it helps control my threads because I do park my threads. So this is Innocent Dreams. Heaven and Earth Designs, and I should have told you, let's see if my tag has it on here. L&L Design, and it's 25 count easy grid, and I am doing it 1/1 full cross, and that's how I usually do all of my full coverages. I don't do tent stitching, and this is in my Alice in Wonderland bag. I don't know why, because of the rabbit, I'm supposing that's where I tied that in. Okay. The next up is Tisket a Tasket, and this is a SAL that I am doing. It's a hashtag Tisket a Tasket SAL, and if I get really good at editing, I'll put that across the bottom, but I can't tell you that I'm that good at editing. So, but you can check in the description box, and I will try to make sure I have it in there. Tisket a Tasket SAL Tisket a Tasket is a Rosewood Manor design. This is the pattern. I am using the called for colors. I am putting it on a Grace Notes fabric called Daniel, and it's on a 25 count fabric. I am stitching 1/1 on the 25 count, and I'm doing this SAL with Nancy, the Disorderly Stitcher. If you haven't seen her, check her out. But I've got it started, and I did 955 stitches this time when I had it out. And I have been working across this border and filling in. Over here is the end of the border and starting to come down on the sides. There's a lot of color changes. There's not many colors for this project, but there is a lot of color changes on this project. So I am liking it. I'm liking the stitching once I get going, but it does take me a hot minute to want to pull it out. Because it's not my typical forte of stitching I do, I guess. I go for bigger projects. I go for full coverage projects more so, but I do like it. It's so pretty, but it's just one that doesn't call to me all the time that says, hey, have you stitched that? It's usually because I roll something that I need a SAL, and then I pull that out because it makes me stitch on it. All right, let's see, what else do we got? Alligator Girl. So Alligator Girl, I've stitched on. Again, this is in a black Cat X Stitchery bag and matching grind guards. And looks like I didn't put all my bobbins back in place, so sorry about that, but you're gonna see some progress because I'm gonna have to roll these rods too. I love rolling scroll rods, but it's sad when I have to do it, because when I have to roll them, then I don't get to see all the progress I've been making. It's like a new blank slate. So Alligator Girl is by Jasmine, Becket, Griffith. It is a Heaven and Earth design, and I did 1,313 stitches on it this time. And here is where she is. And you can see this is why I use bobbies, because I have threads hanging here that should have been put into a bobbies. I'm not sure why I didn't. But on this round when I had it out, I worked more here to work across this section. I wanted to try and meet the two of them up. That's my goal. The next time I pull this out, I'm going to try and work my way across to meet these up so that I can roll down and start down here by the cabin that's already been started. So my sidebars aren't big because I have short arms, and I have found that anything bigger than 11 inches, I have trouble reaching on the, because I two-hand stitch, reaching on the back side. So I don't use really big bars on the end. I think I typically go for 8 or 10 inches because once I get bigger than that, it's hard for me to reach. I know, little arms, what can I say? Okay, so that is Alligator Girl. And I went ahead and pulled Stargazer because I had Stargazer in my, I have a basket. So between videos, I have this basket that sits in my stitching room. And so when I put projects away, or if I get haul, anything goes into that basket, because then whenever I come back here to do videos, I bring the basket back. So I think I must have done more stitches since you saw Stargazer last. I have marked down on Stargazer. Oh, I didn't write down my total stitches on this, but let me look here. I can tell you here. Let me look in my little bookie book here. Stargazer for the month got 3,152 stitches, and all of my totals has been for the month. So I know on the last day I did the when I did my video, I also had Stargazer I was working on. So I don't know if I went back to it or not. So if you're seeing the same things again, sorry, not sorry. I love this project. So this is the one my husband calls the Tenter Dude. It was a limited edition from Heaven and Earth Design, and I believe Jeff Haney is the artist on it, but it's no longer able to be purchased. But I do think I lost one of my scroll covers from the looks of it. Must be down in the bag somewhere. Anyways, I had to roll, and I am working my way across over here. And I believe this is the Scorpion. And you see some of the rock formation is starting right here in this corner. So this is, I'm working my way across again. I had to roll it. Maybe when the next time I roll it, I'll unroll and get a wide picture. I might have a full picture. If I do, I'll insert it below. But this is where I've gotten to on Stargazer. So how exciting. Okay. I'm going to have to figure out where my other scroll rod cover went. I bet you it's down in there. It might be down in there. Hello. It's a deep bag. That's for sure. So those are the whips that I worked on since our last video. But I have other things for you. So one of the things is apparently I have a new start coming. What am I starting? Oh, I do have a new start coming. Okay, so I am going to planned on starting this. I have it packed because I want to take it to retreat. So I'm looking. Did I kit it up? I think I did. Yes, I have. Well, I pulled my floss. So I pulled my floss. I have a mixture of floss drops and cards of floss, but I don't have them set up yet. And then I pulled out my wooden barefoot needle art floss holder, which I have enough holes, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that for this one. And I pulled out the fabric. This is a piece of fabric. It's called Smoky Quartz. It's a 28 count Lugana. And this is the fabric I'm gonna use. And the pattern that I'm gonna put on there is this one, I Love You to Death by Silver Creek. This is one my husband purchased when we were at GaRon Stitchery, and I came across it and I said, you know what, I'm gonna surprise him. So this is one I will be working on this coming weekend when I go to the retreat with the girls, because I wanna work on this when he's not around. And so I can surprise it for him. Maybe it'll be a Father's Day gift if I can get it done soon enough. I probably won't be able to get it done soon enough. But I put in a scroll Q-snap. I made myself a working copy of the pattern, and I have all my floss in there. So I just basically threw it all into my bag and said, okay, it's my happy birthday bag my sister got me from GaRon Stitchery for my 50th birthday. So I have it on here. I have my project tag, and my fabric tag is on the back, and GaRon's tags are on there still. Most of the time those get pulled off just from moving my projects around. So that is a planned start. So I want to keep that handy because that's a planned start while I'm away. And I have a few others that I have planned to start. But I wanted to go over haul a little bit with you. And it's just I'm just going to go over a small little bit. One of it came from Mind Your Needle, and I wanted to show you. She had a Annette from Mind Your Needle. She's based out of New York or New Jersey? New York, Staten Island, New York. And she posted on her Facebook group, and if you got these 4 things, you got a free needle minder, which I don't see my free one. I have it. I might have already taken it out, unfortunately. I might have taken it out. Oh no, it's still in here. Sorry, it's still in there. Okay, so the 4 things that I purchased was Primrose Cottage, and this is American Celebration. And I got Primrose Cottage American Alphabet and the American EWE. And I did not bring a board in here so that I could show you, but this was the needle minder that came with that. I'm hoping that it's focusing on that. It's a little U, and here is the 3 needle minders she included. It's got X's and O's and cross stitch, like X's and O's and what do you call that? Plaid in the hearts. So very cool. So I will be kitting these up. I like patriotic pieces. I've been looking forward to this one. So I'm going to be kitting this up and getting this not started anytime soon, but I want to get it kitted. The other thing that I have is a tongue-tied a minute. I have a package from Grace Notes Fabrics. I started my Fabric of the Month Club, and I have both colored and neutral. So first of all, how cute is this sticker? And no, Hannah, it is not a horse like you got, but I do have a sticker. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I got a cute sticker. And I love the stickers because I kind of collect them and then I use them different places. Sometimes they go on my book, my calendar book. Sometimes I wait and I hold on to them and I put them on the back of project cards. I just like them. So anyways, so the fabric of the month, I have her sending me 20 count Ada, 20 count, because if you are like me and you can't see well, 40 count is beyond my ability to stitch on. However, 20 count is not, and a 20 count will give you the same measurement as a 40 count, but it's a 20 count Ada. This is called Tiger Lily. I love this. I've already got the project. I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to use this for the Lilo Studios Piece on Earth that just came out. If it fits on here, if it fits, it's going on here, because I think this will be good with pops of color. But it is peachy. That's pretty close to, I think, the what you're seeing. It's a very peachy color. Love it. Love it. And I'm taking it with me with the pattern in the floss this weekend to see if the girls want to do a floss toss. That's the only thing I haven't done with it, is a floss toss. But I think that is going to be perfect for that. The other one that I got is, this is the neutral. This is called Palomino. And Hannah equates this to the horse Palomino, and she's absolutely right. That's a perfect name for this project or this fabric. And again, it's 20 count, and love it. Palomino. And I can pronounce the name, Colleen and Corinne. Ha ha. This one, actually, I might do my Lincoln's Eagle on this. I'm thinking this might be a good one for Lincoln's Eagle. So I'm really excited. And I can see the holes. So they'll show up like a 40 count, but it's on 20 count. And I also got 2 more Pecos because I can never have enough Pecos. So every now and then I just ask her if she's got some on hand in her stockpile. Does she mind? Would she send me some? So she sends me a couple periodically, which is great. It's helping me in my stash build. So, and I use my Pecos for mostly my full coverages, and I do have a couple of big ones scheduled to be started. So the other haul that I have, and I don't remember showing any haul last time, so I'm sorry. I'm trying to put this back in the package because I don't want to get it messed up when I'm starting to put everything away. I try and put them right back where they came from, and I will reuse the shipping package because that's what I do. I also got from Annette, I should have showed you this. I got a big pack of just random DMC floss, like 70 different colors. And this is just mainly for me to do a stash build. I have some colors that aren't so good, so, or not so good, but are very low. So I just went ahead, they closed my Joann's. And I saw her post this on her website, and I was like, yep, I'll take it. 70 skeins, I'll just use it for stash build. So that will start getting put away into my, if you've seen my Harbor Freight containers where I have them sorted, it'll go into those drawers until I need them. And then the last bit of haul I wanted to show you is something that I got from GaRon Stitchery. And I talked about it in previous videos, but I forgot to show it to you. So there's 2 things I got. So one of them is the new vintage hair. And this is the vintage hair, and the whole reason I purchased this is because I have those eggs that wooden egg. I have like 3 of them, I think, that I got from the Dollar Tree or from Michael's or someplace that's been on sale. And I've had them for like 2 years waiting for a finish, the perfect finish to do on them. And when I saw this, I was like, that's what I need for those eggs. So it's such a pretty pattern. I'm hoping you can see. If not, look up the vintage hair, and it is by Cherry Blossoms Quilting. No, is that right? Maybe. Oh, they did it on 32 count Juniper Belfast linen fabrics by Stephanie, 2 threads over 2. It's 114 wide by 143 high. The wooden vintage egg that they have for the back came from Cherry Blossoms, but I'm not seeing the designer. It just says, yep, I must be Cherry Blossoms because it says Cherry Blossoms up in the corner. Go figure. The other project that I got from him, I ordered when I was at his shop, and he was doing the conversion for me, and so he sent me everything I needed. This is the Mirabilia Miss Christmas Eve by Nora Corbett. I am tongue-tied today. And I'm not doing it with these colors. I am making it a autumn themed. I won't say Halloween, but it is oranges and purples and blacks. And he sent all of the oranges and the DMC, excuse me, the DMCs, the Weeks Dye Works, silken colors. We got some petite treasure braids in here. This is silk lame braid. Not even sure what this one is. Petite silk lame braid, it just says. But anyway, there's a black and a couple of grays. The bead pack. So I got the bead pack. Some more treasure braid petites. Some more blacks. Some golds. Oranges and blacks. And the called for fabric by Fox and Rabbit called Tornado. This is a 32 count linen. Sorry for the crinkles, but Fox and Rabbit 32 count called Tornado, and this is the fabric that will be going on. I'll probably put it, I think, like this. Maybe it might be my orientation, but I think it'll look nice. And Tornado. So I have this slotted for a start. I believe I said I was going to start it in October and make it into a SAL, so that if anybody had any interest and wanted to do the conversion, that they could reach out to Gary and Ronnie at GaRon Stitchery. They have an online shop, and they have a shop in Ozark, Alabama, a brick and mortar shop. And you can get your own pack. If you want to do Christmas, that's fine too. If you just want to do the Christmas one. The Christmas one did not call to me. But when I saw this in his shop, right away, it drew me. And I said, what is that pattern? I didn't even equate the two as being the same pattern. And when he said that, I was like, huh, I would have never thought that. And so hopefully he's going to send me what each of these colors are for, because I'm not good at any of that stuff. Gary, if you're watching this video, I need to know what symbols is what colors, please. Pretty please. All right, so if you're interested, work on getting that together for an October start this year. I haven't picked an exact date yet, but it will be in October. And that's all the haul that I have. So if you're still with me and you're still interested in what Carla might be up to, I am going to be starting the Library Cat Sal, and that will be in October. And that is, the Library Cat is a Heaven and Earth design, and I actually have a kit from Heaven and Earth Design right here that is from Heaven and Earth, and I want to do an unboxing video with this, so I have not even opened the package yet, but I have it here for a video extra we will put together sometime before October. So if you're interested, it's a Ciro Marchetti Tiro Marchetti design, I believe. And it's #cat library cat Sal, and I'll insert a picture here of what that looks like. The other thing that I'm going to be doing is now that it's the 1st of June, I decided to do decision wheels. So I made, well, hold on. Let's see. Let me go. Okay, so I made wheels for each of my whips. I have 61 whips left to do. And so what I did was I went through and made decision wheels based on the year that I started the whips. So, let's see, I wrote it down someplace. I wrote it down. Where did I put it? I wrote it down how many of each I had. I don't think I got rid of that yet. Maybe I did. But anyways, we'll just go through. So I wanted to try and make it so that my commitment to them is that I will do 1 day of stitching on each of the wheels that I spin. I will do 1 day of stitching on it. So my oldest whip is 2019. I have 3 whips that are in the 2019 wheel. So that means that wheel, those 3 whips are going to come up more often than the others may. And so my 3 oldest whips, Autumn Quaker, A Rosy Night, and Phantom of the Opera. So if I roll this every time we have a video and try and at least give them a day's worth of stitching, these ones will come up more often and I will get them to a finish sooner. That's what I'm thinking. So I brought my wheel and decided we would do it together. So this is the 3, and Autumn Quaker came up. So I guess we will be doing Autumn Quaker. Yay. Let's see. Then we go into 2020. I have 28 whips left in 2020. If I can get my wheel open. 28 whips in 2020. So my wheel, we're going to see what it is. And Alligator Girl. So, because Alligator Girl's going to come back out and play again. Now, once I use that, then it'll come off the board. So, until I've gone through all of the whips that are on the wheel. So, we will use Alligator Girl. Actually, since I just stitched that, I'm going to go ahead and spin again. Let's spin it again, just because I just stitched on it. Night Walk Down. I have not stitched on that in a long time. So Night Walk Down is going to get some attention. Let's see, that's from 2020. 2021, I have 13 whips. So 13 whips, and if one of them that I just stitched on comes out, it's because I was kind of testing it this past week. So 19 whips in 2021. Rosy the Riveter. Well, I'll give it a day. Rosy the Riveter is one of the ones from Gecko Rouge, and I was debating whether I was going to continue with this one or just chuck it. I haven't decided. So a day of stitching on it might tell me, yeah, I'm still enjoying it, or no, I'm not enjoying it. It's going to give me an idea, and why I wanted to do this now is because it's going to give me an idea. One, are there whips in my stash that, first of all, I'm not stitching because I don't like them, and they need to be UFO'd, which means unfinished object. I'm not going to do anything with it, dekit it, repurpose the fabric, whatever. Or is it one that I still like it, but it doesn't call to me often, so maybe it needs to go in timeout for a while. And that just means I'm not going to stitch on it for a while, but it's going to be in timeout. So, Rosy the Riveter for 2021. 2022's wheel, I have 2 options. And I also thought about potentially putting these ones that are less than 3 on the same wheel. So I haven't done that yet, but here we go. That's only 2. And we got Mrs. Brightside. So I will bring out Mrs. Brightside. That's a full coverage piece. I believe that is also a Gecko Rouge. If it's not Gecko Rouge, it's a Pain-Free Crafts. I'm not sure because I haven't had it out in a while. So that's 2022. In 2023, I have 7 whips remaining. And let's see what we get. The Big Pig. That's a Heaven and Earth design. I I haven't stitched on it in a bit, so that'll be fun to get that out. I started that with my friend Lynn, and I don't know, we have fun with it, so I'll stitch on that. I don't mind. And I'm doing this on camera because it's going to make me stay honest, to be honest, because so many people use these decision wheels and they just spin until they get what they want. Well, what's the point of having a decision wheel? All right, 2024, I have 2 whips. So let's see what we get. Once Upon a Fairy Tale. That's one that I call my red dress. I'm doing Once Upon a Fairy Tale. This one is not by Aimee Stewart. I'm not sure who it's by now. I can't think off the top of my head, but it is a Heaven and Earth design. So we will give that. I'm doing that with Lydia. Lydia's Leisurely Stitching. She's already hit 15% on hers, and that was her yearly goal. So maybe I can catch her or try to. That was 2024. And in 2025, I have started 6 whips. I have 6 whips remaining. So let's give it a spin. And as I start new ones, I will add it to that 2025 wheel. Love at First Sight. That is a Long Dog sow. Love at First Sight. So I will get that one out and work on that one. That is a sow that and it's got a Facebook group of friends, Stitch Along Friends, I believe is what it's called. So that is for 2025. Okay, so that's my plan. I still want to focus on the 15 that I pulled out, like Innocent Dreams and, you know, some of the other ones that I still wanted to focus, but that's what, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 7 wheels. That's 7 spins. If I give them each a day, that's only 7 days. I can give more, but the minimum is 1 day. And we'll see how it works when I get on my next video. I don't want to give up the ones that I've already been working on to try and push to a finish, so I will still work on those. I think I probably have 4 more that could be finished this year. So that's going to be my goal, because I definitely have more that I want to start this year. And I think that's it. On June 21st, we are going to be starting Peace on Earth by Lila Studios, and I think I have that here. I can show you if you're interested. My local stitching people are going to be starting it on the 21st, and our goal was we're meeting each month to do some stitching, and our goal was to do, I said, a minimum of a motif a month, and this does not do it any justice, but this is what it looks like. Peace on Earth by Lila Studio, and I think it's a fairly recent release. I don't see a date other than 2009. I can't imagine it's that. No, copyright 2025, so it's a new release. But I just love this. And this is the one I was thinking that Grace Notes fabric, that peach one, I think would make a good backing for this. So hopefully. So I hope you have enjoyed what I've shown you. And I wanted to bring a something for a giveaway, and I don't think I sat anything out here for you for a giveaway. I don't see anything for a giveaway. I'm so sorry. I'm looking. I don't have anything right here handy. I apologize. I'll make it up to you. I did see we're at 2.6, a little over 2.6 for subscribers, so I know I'm going to definitely do a big giveaway when we hit 3K. I'm excited for that. I don't look at it very often, and I was kind of surprised the other day because one of my Facebook groups offered to let people that have a Facebook or have a Flosstube to go ahead and put their links to make a post about their channels. And I had a couple of people that responded that they didn't know I had a channel, and so they were subscribed and they were going back clear to the beginning. So I don't know if I'd go back clear to the beginning. I started this channel in 2019. That's 7 years. And actually, it's coming up on our 7-year anniversary because we started it the first year I went to StitchCon. So it has definitely been a journey. I started with my daughter, and we're getting ready to come up on our anniversary. So you know what? I am going to do a giveaway on our next video. I'm going to put some things together to celebrate the 7 years that I've been doing FlossTube, and all the people that I've met through this channel, and games that I've participated in, and just had a great time. I love this community. Love you guys all. I want you to have a happy, safe rest of your summer. Hopefully you had a great Memorial Day weekend, and enjoy your summer, and hopefully the sun is shining wherever you are. Happy stitching, everybody. Bye.